Since the day Alejandro Garnacho first broke into the Manchester United side, his insistence on shooting no matter the moment has inspired and baffled in equal measure. He was and is what promising young wingers should be, fearless to a fault, utterly undimmed by the moments where it all goes wrong, secure in the knowledge it will eventually click. That it emphatically did in the second half at Old Trafford, a brace by the 19-year-old saving Erik Ten Hag from further awkward questions as Manchester United handed Sir Jim Ratcliffe the perfect Christmas present, the come-from-behind 3-2 win that the new minority owner has so loved in his years supporting the club. The margin of victory over Aston Villa could have been more emphatic but for the wastefulness of many in red, Garnacho and Rasmus Hojlund, whose first Premier League goal in over 1,000 minutes won this game, certainly among them. At their tender age, however, a degree of profligacy ought to be priced in. Frankly, United's desperation for goals is such that they can hardly afford to be sniffy about how many chances a player needs if he ultimately puts the ball in the net. The youngsters being the saviors hardly seemed likely in the 48th minute. The script was taking on a familiar shape. A quarter hour or so of eminently adequate football was about to be undone by United's propensity for self-immolation at the other end of the pitch. 2 soft set-piece goals in 5 minutes propelling Villa to the top of the Premier League. The hosts' failings were ones of execution rather than effort. They were eminently capable of getting to the final third but contrived to put passes astray, to run down blind alleys when teammates were better placed. Garnacho's first goal should have come in the 48th minute rather than the 59th, but he spoiled a flowing move down the left by allowing himself to drift offside. That had been the story of his and United's first half. A promising position saw the Argentine loop a pass several yards away from the well-placed Hojlund. When the ball did come to the Dane, he betrayed the signs of a man who feared that first Premier League goal might never come, taking an extra touch when Bruno Fernandes' delicate delivery was crying out for a first-time volley. This is perhaps what one of Europe's most storied sides get when building their team around colts. Sometimes they will bolt in exactly the wrong direction. That is eminently apparent when examining Garnacho's shot chart, for instance. Too often he is wayward, smashing the sort of low-value efforts that are not going to endear him to his more demanding teammates. But this teenager is getting into positions where he can ask questions of goalkeepers. Since the start of last season, he averages 3.74 shots per 90 minutes of Premier League play, a tally that places him just below Erling Haaland and ahead of Harry Kane.